everyone, welcome back to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the very first day of March 2025, and in this video we're talking liquid. Not the hot liquid you're drinking now, we're talking cash money, baby. But before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's a tremendous number, not sure exactly what it is though, but it's got to be ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, over here to moneymetals.com, I'm going to show you where the live spot prices end the week here. So gold's at 28.68.95 when it starts up tomorrow evening. Silver 31.36, platinum at 9.60.35, and look at that, palladium at 9.58.20. That's parity as far as I'm concerned. Copper ended the week at 4.56, and look at this, the in-stock American Silver Eagle will cost you 37.85 because the premium is only $6.49. You remember when that was $15 to $18? Yeah, that was brutal. And I think there's a time that's coming that we're going to see a tremendous premium on these silver rounds. So with that said, let's keep on keeping on. So in 3 wake-ups from today, you got the proof set from 2025. It is $40.25. It comes with 10 different coins, I believe. You got the 5 quarters, you got the 5 circulating coins, although the Sacagawea dollar is not a circulating coin, nor is the half dollar, although can we really call it a NIFC anymore, any longer, seeing how these are found in circulation the last 3 or 4 years now. And like I said, these are the coins. This is the last Kennedy half dollar facing west, all right, in the clad. And you will find that there'll be a silver one in the silver proof set coming up, and then I think it's on May 3rd, May 4th. Is that right? May 4th? We're going to have the uncirculated Kennedy half dollars in those 2 rolls and then the bag, right? So that'll be pretty awesome. Can't wait to have that happen. Now, let's go here to the Google machine. This is really important, folks. I've got here under the search area here, liquidity crunch, cash flow. Yeah, it's all the same thing. And Russian exporters fear liquidity crunch as payments stall. That was in October, a little bit ago, huh? How to get out of a low liquidity crisis. Here we go, 2 weeks ago. From crisis to confidence, navigating liquidity challenges. Peloton staved off the cash crunch that threatened its business. Where does it go now, right? UN liquidity crisis. That was April. That was a year ago. Now here we go. What's draining India's liquidity, and can we fix it? Yeah. So there's a problem with liquidity in the world. Look at this one. Canada Post in talks with Ottawa over cash flow crunch that could affect operations in coming months. Yeah, that's right. So something big's going down with cash in the world, folks. And I believe governments are snatching cash, hard cash, not digital cash, but hard cash out of the system. And that is having an effect on economics. Yeah, that big time. Because does a liquidity crunch crisis spark inflation, or what does it do, right? Well, I've highlighted some areas over here. A liquidity crisis can indirectly contribute to inflation. Well, yeah, that's something, but the meat and potatoes are down here, and I've highlighted it. Increased demand for safe assets. What's a safe asset, do you think? You think gold and silver are safe assets in a liquidity crunch? Absolutely, I would think so. It says when liquidity dries up, that's money goes bye-bye. People often seek safe haven assets like government bonds. And what's interesting, typically when you see governments not producing any more money like that in big droves and handing it out, they're actually doing the bond thing, which is amazing. So yeah, that goes up gonzo, which can drive up the price and indirectly push up interest rates. Yep, there we go again, folks. So oopsies. Yeah, we're going to have higher interest rates, potentially leading to higher inflation expectations. Absolutely. And check this out. It gets more exciting. Disruption in supply chains. And we already saw that during the pandemic, right? A liquidity crisis can disrupt supply chains, making it hard for business to access necessary goods, potentially leading to price increases due to limited availability. And think of the eggs, right? Now, I heard that we're getting millions upon millions of eggs from the country of Turkey. And who knows? I guess we're getting those at a good price because it's still about $5 or $6 a dozen, but still that's outrageous compared to $1.89, what we're used to paying, right? So, yeah, disruption in supply chains could happen. Now, central bank response. This is the mainstay of the story right here, folks. This is the gut punch I wanted to show you here. Central banks may respond to a liquidity crisis by injecting money into the economy through measures like quantitative easing. That's a new word, actually, they made up a few years ago, which could contribute to inflationary pressures if not carefully managed. Yeah, let's stick with the Google machine. Guess what? You put China in $55 billion, China to inject at least $55 billion of fresh capital into several big banks. China to start recapitalizing. That's a liquidity problem, folks, over there. Yeah, $55 billion to their banks. What do you think that's going to effect is going to have on the world, right? So it used to be when the United States sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold economically. Now, is it the same for China? Now, when they sneeze, the rest of the world catches an economic cold? We are in new territory, folks, and I don't believe that any of the economic soothsayers or economic students, right, can really, I guess, wrap their head around a moment in time like we are here now today with the everything that's going on, right? It's incredible. Now let's go over to the fun stuff. This is incredible. Yeah, and it all ties in to a liquidity crisis. I'm telling you, this is really gnarly, folks. So this is February 27 article by Patrick Heller from numismaticnews.net. Title of this article is Physical Gold and Silver Shortages Grow. Absolutely. If you didn't know that already, well, I'm here to tell you it's true. As gold prices soar and supply tightens, investors turn to silver, triggering shortages across Asia and Europe. Will the trend spread to the West? So yeah, hasn't hit here yet, but it is in Europe and Asia. That's incredible. And look at that one lone gold bar among those silver bars. That's amazing. So it says here on February 14th, that's Valentine's Day to you and me. The Korea Times reported that the Korea Minting and Security Printing Corporation had halted sales of gold bars to that nation's banks on February 12. The Korea Gold Exchange also discontinued sales of 10-gram and 100-gram gold bars. On February 13th, the exchange notified Korea's banks that it could no longer supply 1-kilogram gold bars. On February 13th, the Korea Gold Exchange suspended the delivery of silver bars as well. Yeah, that was to the banks. This is incredible, folks. And how big does this get? Well, the Times quoted an unnamed official from a major Korean bank as gold prices recently hit record highs. A shortage of gold bars emerged. Consequently, investors turned to silver bars as an alternative, leading to a surge in demand for silver bars. That's exactly, I think, what's going to happen over here when it's triggered in the West, right? So it's going to be like those pennies that I showed you the other day, right? When they're just gone, you go to the SD bullion, you go to JM bullion, you go to anywhere that has pounds of copper pennies, and they're gonzo, right? It's incredible. Last year, demand to purchase physical gold by private Chinese citizens exhausted the ability of the Shanghai Gold Exchange, SGE, to meet demand, where virtually all contracts purchased on the exchange are quickly settled by delivery of physical metal. That led unhappy would-be gold buyers to purchase contracts on the Shanghai Futures Exchange so they could take delivery upon contract maturity. The Chinese government also urged the nation's media to suggest that citizens consider buying silver if they cannot obtain physical gold for immediate delivery. And we reported on this, and we also had asked the question, would the United States government ever come out and say anything to its citizens about buying silver or gold, right? I mean, I've just never even, what? You know, when the slaves left Egypt to cross the Red Sea, God had said, get some silver and get gold. That was like one of the first commandments he ever told the people. I'm telling you, got to get some silver, got to get some gold. That's what he said. Manufacturers' demand for physical silver has also been strong, especially those needing to metal to produce photovoltaic products such as solar panels. Wow, that was a mouthful. Soaring physical silver demands has already occurred in China and India. Recently, the governments of Indonesia, my bad, announced plans for a major expansion of solar panel installation across the country. And that's great, but you ever seen a hailstorm and a solar panel installation? Not pretty. In the past, I like hydroelectricity and other forms. Especially like hydrogen power. In the past year, central banks in China, India, and several East European nations were net buyers of gold reserves, and we know that because we've been following that very closely. Late last year, Russia's central bank announced that it would begin adding physical silver to its reserves. Folks, there it is. The writing's all over the walls. In a relatively recent disclosure, China's central bank also has been accumulating physical silver reserves for more than a decade. Is this the first time they've ever said that? And how does that make you feel? And does that light a fire under your you-know-what? While demand to acquire physical gold and silver was strong in Asia and Eastern Europe, people in the West, the United States and Western Europe, had not been net liquidators of the two metals, oh boy. So in the East, they're accumulating it, all right? And then in the West, They had been net liquidators of the two metals, including selling their shares in related exchange-traded funds. That's a paper, ETFs, right? This helped bring down the premiums at which bullion price coins and ingots sell above spot prices. 2 weeks ago, I received a tip from a reliable source that the people in Germany and the Netherlands are once again net buyers of physical gold. All right, they're figuring it out, I guess. Also, Europeans as a whole are once again net buyers rather than sellers of shares in gold and silver exchange-traded funds. Now, the question is, what is it here in the United States? Because I have heard people are selling, right? As demand for physical gold and silver grows both from industry and from investors, look for shortage to become even more prevalent. Yowza. That's amazing. Yeah, this is in my previous column. I discussed various efforts at the state level inviting. I'm not going to go into that one, but there it is, folks. Writing's on the wall, isn't it, though? Now let's go over here to the +1 action. This is Matthew 5:7 or Shabbat 151b. When a man has compassion for others, the Lord has compassion for him. That's pretty simple, right? Don't need to wrap our head around that. Now let's bump over here to 39's Fine, 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is John Lennon watching the wheels go round and round. Yeah, he's tired of it. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. Now, if you want to spend a little money to help support the channel, you can become a member. It's $1.99 a month. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee once per month. If you'd like to help support the this channel in other ways, go to the store. There's a stacker mug. That's totally awesome. You can drink your coffee while you're listening to me. You can have a $half, quarter finder, cent finder, nickel finder, $half finder. Come on, they're all here and there in all these wonderful colors. There's a stacker trucker hat, a hoodie, the beanie, the sticker. I don't even have that sticker, actually. I probably should get some. You can go this way, and that's just a PayPal donation, but I'd rather have you buy something at the store or get some membership action. Now, with that said, y'all have a wonderful rest of your day, and actually have an awesome start to your March. Stacker out.